This is your brother, Indescribable 1981, back at y'all again. Y'all know I had to come do another video. You know, lately a lot of us can agree, as wild as things been going right now, wherever state you at, wherever you live at in the U.S., it's a lot going on and a lot of eyes on the U.S., a lot of eyes on the earth, a lot of eyes on other people, places, and things. And then you have those chosen few eyes that's on themselves, because they know the divine spirit resides within themselves, and that they themselves are also a divine spirit. We just here playing around in the flesh right now until we can change over to another type of body, another type of vessel. Now, I know I do a lot of videos and I talk and ramble on, and you know, when you look at videos like these, a lot of people that make their own videos, they're content creators, and then you look at a lot of what you see online, it's amazing how you got a lot to say, you have a lot of ideas coming through you at times, and you can only do but so much as a person. You know, like we all have our limits. Sometimes I don't know what tomorrow gonna bring, but I do know whether tomorrow, whether past, whether present, today, or whatever. Don't think too much about life. When you're thinking and keep on thinking and thinking, you're tensing up your brain and you can't allow nothing to fall through like it's supposed to, because you get to thinking too much and you get to be impatient. Thinking too much take a toll on you. Eating too much take a toll on you. Worrying too much take a toll on you. But when you can just block out certain situations and just do what you gotta do, check this out. What's one situation that a person don't think in? They instantly just take action. Guess the answer yet? Emergency situations are situations where you not thinking about nothing and you're not overthinking and you're not worried and you're not analyzing nothing. You jump right in and you just act, because a moment of an emergency that needs to be taken care of is usually a moment where there's no such thing as a thought, no such thing as trying to figure out in the mind what's going on. There's just a, hey, you got a bug behind you. Ah! Hey, there's a spider. Ah! Hey, there's a snake. Ah! Once you hear the word, out of faith, you jumping up and acting, because it's too quick of a action in that moment to think about it. You see something falling, or a plate about to fall off the cabinet, or you don't want it to break, or a china dish. You know what I mean? Or you see some glass about to fall off the table in your house. You're not finna think about the glass falling off the table. You're gonna see it falling, and then you're gonna rush over to try to grab it with zero thought. So a lot of the situations in life that we think too much about, we need to back up from them situations and try to see how we can go about just doing things in life, not thinking so much. Because when you think a lot, that also blocks your blessing, and it blocks potential ways that you could see other than one particular way that got you tensed up. You know what I mean? For example, a lot of people always out here trying to win money or want all the money in the world. And a lot of people like to count money and flash money just for how it looks, just the image that it portrays. But when you really look at the situation, what do you need your money for? You need it to build things. You need it for important things in your life, things that you need, your personal items and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's why I always tell people, and at this age in my life, to be a millionaire, I most likely will focus on things that I truly need and some of my personal needs, because everything else will be excess or something that I want that I really don't need. And could you imagine working a job where instead of getting a paycheck, the job's way of paying you is having you to write down all your expenses, all your bills, and everything and personal things that you need. And you give them that list at the end of the week when you work. And then they take care of everything through wire transaction without ever having to give you a paper check or paper money, or even wire money into a direct deposit. I think that's what they call like bartering, where Indians used to trade certain things for other things. Certain cultures, they would trade goats or livestock or sheep and stuff like that on a farm for another person's daughter in marriage or something like that. You know, they bartered and did certain things like that, because whatever was valuable that a person needed to trade for something else that was necessary, they would trade it with something else that was valuable from the other person. So if you value yourself, then you'll put yourself first no matter what. If you truly value your peace of mind, then you wouldn't allow things to cause you to overthink things, tensing up your mind, and just go about your life and live. That's why it says faith follows the things heard. It didn't say faith thinks about the things heard. Faith follows. So faith has to do with taking a lot of actions, not overthinking, but taking a lot of action. Right action, genuine action, uh, balanced action, not extreme action. Unless it's an emergency situation and you have to dive into extreme action to go tackle the situation without thinking. So I realized, you can live a life without thinking too much. You can live a life without feeling all the time. It don't mean you're going to live a life where you're numb or you don't feel nothing at all. It just means that the things that you feel are going to have a different type of quality to it. You know the difference when somebody says hi to you in a gentle manner and hi in a rough manner. No different from how you take care of things in your life, be it people, places, and things. You got people take care of their things and stuff because they care about things more than they care about people or their loved ones. You got people that care about other people more than they care about things. You feel me? You got people that care about places more than peoples and things. Because if you're around things that you don't like, you simply leave. If you're around people that you don't like, you simply leave. If you're around places that you don't like, you leave and you don't go back. And when a person truly is tired of something or fed up in life with something, they won't go back to it and repeat it. Person, place, thing, marriage, relationship. If you're tired of something, you're really fed up, you will not go back and repeat it. And if you even think about or have a thought about going back to repeat a bad situation, person, place, or thing that you came out of, the reminders themselves and the memories themselves keep you maintaining your integrity and never going back once you done left something behind that you got fucking fed up with. We've all been through it. And some people continue to go through it because they're not really fed up like they say they are. Because they have a comfort zone and a habitual nature part of them where they haven't come up to the point where they're fed up yet. When you are fed up, you do not turn back ever in life to something that you're tired of or you're done with. Point blank. Another thing, I enjoy doing these videos because I realize everyone has a purpose in life. And when you focus too much on purpose and goals, sometimes they may not play out because you realize it may not have been your purpose. And they always say your purpose is what brings you joy. That's your purpose. brings me joy to do these videos. And it brings me a lot of value, fulfillment doing these videos. For one, I know when I do these videos, I'm able to reach a lot of people from the comfort of my own home or wherever I'm at. I'm grateful for technology for that, the totality of it. Second thing is, when I do these videos, it's because, like my brother Andrew Tate, who be online, he once said it. And then I also heard the 13 Sons say it. And one of my other brothers online, Anthony Spade. About 3 people online I've heard say this about social media. They say if you want to get something done in the world and you have a lot to teach or you have a lot to say that's important, that needs to get out and be expressed, and you want to go on social media and you want your life to have some type of value to it, stop going online looking up other people's videos and looking up other content creators and looking up other things, because these are things that you can do yourself. If I can go and look up other videos of people that have helped me out, and I've come to a point where I have all the help that I need and I've actually become a new person, a better being, and I realize it don't make sense to continue to follow others or continue to subscribe and to be, a follower when it comes to like just being guided in the world. But to make your own content, you start to see and question yourself. Why am I following others? Why am I jumping on others' waves and riding their waves? Why am I jumping on others' coattails, riding on their coattails? If I know that I'm smart and I'm intuitive, I can be a tarot reader. If I know I'm smart and I'm intuitive, I can also be an online spiritual teacher, no matter about, it could be about anything. If I'm intelligent and I'm very intuitive and well-spoken, then I can be an online motivational speaker, inspirational speaker. If I'm so interested in what others have to say and wondering why they're so creative and they're so open and they have so many wonderful videos online, that I'm hooked and I'm subscribed and I'm following them. Why can't you do it yourself? You have a lot of stuff you like to talk about. You have a lot of things that you like to get into that you can put on display. You have a lot of talent that you can bring to the world. You could jump online. You could get subscribers and viewers. You can get comments in the comment section. People responding to things that they were guided to hear because it was just supposed to be that way when everything is already coming from the spirit world, where we spontaneously are just co-creators spontaneously with the supreme being, the Most High, Mother, Father, Creator, Holy Spirit in existence, bringing everything together full circle, everywhere. So I just thought to make this video to touch on quite a few different topics, because I realized, you bring the opposites together and you start to see the true reality of things, you know? And I know when you get to a point where you're on a spiritual level, you do get to a certain point where you still have thoughts and you might think a lot, but it won't be all day, every day, all of the time. It'll be few moments in between, because it's times like now that I'm out and about and I go for long walks, or I'm reading, or I'm writing, or let's just say I'm online searching videos, and I get into a mind frame where you see things happening, you see that you're going about your day, but it's no ego there. You don't feel the importance of it. You're doing things, but it's almost like you're sitting in the back of your mind watching your life go about its day, as if your body, your life, and everything is a movie. And then you're not thinking so much, but you're acting. These are certain glimpses and points in our life where we get to where you realize, you know what, I ain't know where the hell I was going today, and I ran into this. Or I ain't really have no goals or no plans for the day, and I ran into this situation and everything worked out. It's like, do you have to stress yourself and write affirmations all day long, especially if they're affirmations that's not dealing with the real reality? Should you write affirmations all the time about physical things, physical needs? What about affirmations about spiritual things? Because if you can put your mind on death, put your mind on a lot of wicked shit, evil shit, and then you become these things that you watch online, or video games that you play, or music that you listen to, then how much more so doing it the opposite way? You know, write affirmations that have to do with spiritual things. Write affirmations that have to do with, you know, unseen worlds and realms that can be brought into existence. Things that are unimaginable, that can't be imagined. We can write things like these into existence. That's why I refer to myself and the channel as the Indescribable 1981 channel. I don't care what year you're born in. There's been a lot of things in your life that have been indescribable, but that you just couldn't describe, and it blew your mind and you never forgot. Some of these experiences, they didn't sit well with you, and some of these experiences were needed because it taught you something in life, and you'll never forget these experiences. And the thing about a lot of things that happen in people's life, I know you can't speak about because it was just like indescribable. Some things you just can't describe. You can't describe what a piece of cake tastes like, or orange or apple tastes like, to a person who never even opened their mouth to even, activate their taste buds to taste these things, to even let you know exactly what it tastes like. So sometimes it's good to be indescribable. For me to name my channel the Indescribable 1981, that should let you know a lot of things you can't really describe or even talk about in details. For me to tell you this small thing and that small thing and go on about a million small things, that's still not as important as you experiencing the things that I'm talking to you about. You have some people, they can tell you about something all day and they'll give you a motherfucking headache because they just rambling on, and it's not like it's really helping you. But now if it's a situation where nobody will never really talk to you or say anything, yet at the same time you see everything playing out in your life exactly the way it's supposed to. You going about your day doing things and coming into miracles and coming into things that, wow, I never thought this would ever happen in my life. Wow, this is the first time. Or wow, I never knew this. You start to come into a lot of situations like that. And then when you look back at it and analyze it and think about it after the fact, you start to realize, oh, life is to be lived and to be felt, first and foremost. Not something to be talked about and think about. It's to be lived and to be felt. And while life is being lived and life is being felt, there's that part of you behind all of it that's watching as an observer. You're watching the living part of your life. You're watching the feelings that are being felt. You're watching your life being lived as if it's a movie. But it's not something that you're taking serious. It's almost like watching in a playful way, relaxed. Then you start to see why we take life so serious, why we be so serious about things, why we can't laugh at jokes, why we can't laugh at ourselves, why we think life always got to be concrete, serious, aggressive, war. Things supposed to be done because I say so. I force people to do what I want to do. Why I have to be that way? This is why people usually run crazy, because when they try to force things, things still don't happen the way they're supposed to. People try to force things even with their own body. They want to force a certain type of look, so they go get surgery. They want to force muscles on their body, so they take steroids. They want to force recognition, power, and importance, so they'll step on somebody else's toes, steal somebody else's work, and credit it to themselves Not realizing that in the end, when it all falls down and shit hits the fan, people are gonna know whose work it really belongs to. Because when they have to go back over the work and go into details of how it was played out or how did they go about doing it, they won't be able to show you, not now step. But the original person will be able to show you everything piece by piece. That's why life is beautiful, to a point where the beginning is the end and the ending is the beginning. If a person start out lying and telling lies about you, then in the end, they're going to be found out to be the liar. If a person start out telling good things about you, then in the end, that person going to feel good about themselves because they put you on blast for the good, which was really true. And then they going to come back and check the story that was true, that you actually had enough love for your friend, that you put your friend on blast out of love and not jealousy. These things say a lot, because these things that we see in life, and the opposite is usually rare. You don't see too many people in life out here put their friends on blast or speak good about their friends behind their back if they're doing good and they not. It's rare to find someone who's not doing so well in life financially or, relationship wise, and then they may have a whole bunch of friends who are married in relationships and they got money. And they're not jealous of neither one. That's rare to find because a lot of people in this life live out of their ego, importance, pride, all parts of the ego. Instead of just existing like a child from the heart, taking everything into consideration, good and bad, with no ego, no jealousy, no nothing. You'd be surprised, a lot of these things are difficult for people. You got people that can make money way more easier than they can stop a habit. You got people out here that can create businesses and become billionaires way more easy than it is for them to take care of themselves or eat the proper foods. You got people out here that can tell you everything about yourself, your life, can tell you the future, this and that. But you see in situations in their own life where they couldn't predict their own situations that they were going through. They couldn't foresee dangers and stuff in their own situations. So how the fuck? So I just look at a lot of things in life right now at my age, and I realize I don't know every damn thing, and I never act like I know everything, because when you think you know something, here comes something else that you don't know. And then when you learn that something else that you don't know and you think that's the end all be all, here comes something else that you thought you knew that you don't know. It's a never ending, ever evolving life where you'll never be bored thinking you know everything. But it'll always be a mystery, something fun to look forward to, spontaneous. Because something new gonna always come up out of the moment that you never really knew. And anything that you already thought you knew may come up in the moment and you may look at it in a totally new, different way. This is why it's good to go through changes from inside yourself. When you go through changes inside yourself, you're going to start to see things in a different way. So you see through the eyes of the changes that you've been through. And when you're not changing, you stuck one way, then you're stuck in that perspective that you see through that's not getting you nowhere. A lot of times what's understood don't have to be explained. If a person say that they're real, you'll usually know that they're real by their actions and how you feel in their presence. Not by what they say out their mouth, which is them thinking out loud. You'll literally see their actions and you'll feel from them that they're genuine and they're real. You can see it. You can pick up on it. That's why people talk a lot. A lot of people don't know when you talk a lot, it shut the brain down. Because it's almost like you're thinking out loud through your mouth. Then when you think a lot, you give yourself a headache, even though you're saving your breath, right? So when you look at life, and then you look at the scriptures in the Bible that spoke about certain things, be like a child to enter the kingdom of the heaven. The kingdom of the heaven is peace and joy and righteousness. Uh, the kingdom of the heaven suffers violence, where your faith has to be so strong that it's like a two-edged sword, that whatever you call forth, even from the unseen, somehow, some way, you don't know how, but it'll show itself up and it start to manifest. That's why it's good to give thanks for God's grace. To me, God's grace is anything in your life that's happening on easy going mode, and you never really stress, never have a headache, never have to rush, never have to fight, argue with nobody. You never run into the wrong situations. You got people in this world that actually have lived their life this way, and they probably still alive. You'll never run into them. Some probably prayed up and they stay in contact with the Creator, and some are probably so unified in their consciousness with the Creator that they just seem to walk through life with no thought, no plans, no goals, and everything already taken care of by the divine grace. And that's a powerful position to be in, because you're not attached, you won't complain, you'll just be living on earth just like a quiet spirit, going about their business, living life as the way it's supposed to be, with nothing interfering, not even anything inside your own mind blocking yourself. So y'all must know, any of these videos that y'all comment on and leave comments about in the comment section, just know that these videos is just mirroring situations, like a mirror, letting y'all know that whatever y'all been thinking about and dwelling on, this is a reflection of what y'all been thinking about and dwelling on, and this is the answer to y'all as far as the confirmation is concerned. Because we all know that it's too much videos and content on YouTube that we can't keep up with all day, every day. That's why you have some people who are so intuitive, and I'm pretty sure y'all have been like this at times. You're so intuitive and you don't like to go through a whole bunch of videos and binge watch all day long, because life got to be lived, to the point where you don't even look at certain videos or click on them. You just let the video play when you have it on play as you scroll, and look at the captions. Or all we got to do is look at the title of a video, and if the title itself says something that we already thought, we get confirmation just from looking at the title and scroll on to the next video. You know what I mean? So less is more. By seeing certain titles on videos, you be like, I was right. I knew I was right, just from a video title, and you ain't even look at the channel yet. That's why I kind of believe titles on YouTube is so important, because you have so many good channels and so much information out here that if you're a certain type of reader where you get into the nitty gritty and you just like straightforward and stuff like that, or a motivational speaker or whatever, and people like your content and they love your personality, they're going to pretty much look at every video without even stopping it. And they may look at it from the beginning to the end, because they don't know exactly what they expect out of you. You're spontaneous, divine. You feel me? But you get those videos where you got some of the people, like, they may have good information, but they take long to get to it, or they boring as fuck, or you just don't like how they sound. Usually you just look at the videos and let the captions play while it's on, silent, if that's the way that people like to look at them, or how I do it. Or you just catch a title and say, I knew it. This video is confirmation. And scroll and keep on going to what you got to go. It's like you catch the right answers in your life through your intuition. Like like small glimpses, quick, fast, hurry, and then you go on about your business. You're not attached. That's why you're able to receive so many things in life, because you're letting go of shit that and overthinking. That's why you finally able to jump on YouTube and do your first video on social media, get your first couple of subscribers, because now you're getting into the action of doing it instead of trying to overthink it. You're learning as you go. No plans, no goals. You're learning as you go, which is beautiful because now you're going out of faith and things just start to unfold as you go. But I thank y'all so much for giving me a listening ear. Appreciate y'all for the comments and things like that. I need a lot of y'all to know y'all not stupid, y'all not dumb. If you see some shit and your mind tell you that's what it is right away and you have a good feeling about it, but you really don't have to tell everybody, just know your feelings and your intuition is right in its own way. Because you got a lot of people in this world that's standing in their own way, thinking too damn much, focus on other people too damn much, and they can't self-improve or get rid of their own demons, or at least transform them. And then you got those in the world who thinking for themselves. They only think when they need to think. And when they're taking care of business, it's no thought at all, because Christ said, take no thought. Just go about your day and watch things be provided. Before or even without having to pray. Because a lot of people out here really trying to live a normal life. You have to understand a lot of things about life. You got people out here, they done been through so much that it may humble them and teach them so much that they'll actually humble themselves, go and get a regular 9-to-5 job, and actually discipline themselves with the shit that they've been through in life, and save up all their paychecks and get what they need. Car, shelter, food, clothing, and be straight the rest of their life, because they done been through so much that to live a simple life is the most spiritual and most powerful thing you can ever do. Because now you're taking things in strides and you're not overdoing it. You're not eating in a rush. You're not having sex in a rush. You're not drinking in a rush. You're not in a hurry to just do things off of impulse. You could do things out of spontaneous creativity for the greater good, which you don't judge. But I mean, doing things out of impulse, like you worried somebody's gonna beat you to the punch at a store, and you race up there and run on the way and damn near cause an accident because you're trying to be first at a gas pump. Like out of impulse like that, instead of just intuitively saying, you know, somebody finna jump into me in front of this gas pump before I get here, so I'm gonna wait. Because I got a feeling right as soon as I crank up, somebody finna come. And sure enough, it happened. Your intuition calls you to be patient. Sometimes people could be so in a rush, they don't have time to listen to a life or death message that's somebody trying to guide them before they step out the door. Then people wonder why the turtle run the race instead of the rabbit. And it blow people's mind when they see, how can the rabbit run the race? And faster than the turtle, but the turtle is really the one that won the race. As slow as the turtle moves. Okay. You know what's amazing about the story with the turtle and the rabbit in the race? We always read about it in the sense that the story had two different types of animals. One was fast, one was slow. We got fast people in the world and slow people in the world. Mentally, physically, however. even spiritually, right? But one thing they'll never tell you is a turtle is associated with wisdom and things like that. A rabbit, usually with life and springtime and just ripping and running. But a turtle is usually in tune with the waters on Earth and all the senses on Earth. They used to call Earth or America Turtle Island. So a turtle is naturally a wise animal that dwells in the waters and on land. And they so sensitive to their environments and stuff like that, that to the point where, a turtle in the human world would be a person that take their time and do things because they wise. And when you wise, you're able to see ahead of time that this damn rabbit might be faster than me, but this damn rabbit don't know. I won the race. Because out of wisdom, this rabbit doing too much and super confident because he think he fast. But there come a time that rabbit gonna burn out real fast and gonna want to lay down. And I'm gonna still be pacing myself out of wisdom, knowing that somehow, some way, as slow as I am, that's how deep that rabbit gonna sleep, and then the rabbit gonna wake up and realize, damn, how that motherfucker won the race. Because you was doing too much and you burnt that fast. Sit your ass down somewhere, because everybody out here rushing, men, women, and children, they all crashing and burning now. Whether you rich or poor. See? Why it's good to sit your knucklehead ass down somewhere. Men, women, and children. Because life to be lived and to be felt, not to be thought about so damn much and fought over. It's to be lived and enjoyed and felt and not held on to. So it can continue to be like this for eternity. I love y'all.